Hey guys, welcome to the first video of the Java for Beginners course where we'll be learning how to program in Java completely from scratch. The intentions behind this course will be to teach the fundamentals of Java and get you writing your own Java applications by the end of it. I hope you enjoyed this course, and any difficulties or questions, pop them in the comment section below and I'll definitely try to get back to you. So what do you need to get started? Well, you don't need any programming experience at all. This course is tailored for beginners and we'll be doing everything from the ground up, so don't worry if you've never programmed anything in your life at all. That's the intention behind this course, is to get you at a healthy level. You literally just need a laptop or a PC and a decent internet connection just so you can follow along. We also need you to have an interest and a passion for programming. Of course you wouldn't be here otherwise. Give yourself some patience as well as the willingness to learn. This isn't going to be something where you can learn it overnight. Well, if you can, that's fantastic, but it will need a bit of patience. There will be some steps where you might get a bit stuck or you might find things a little bit hard, but you've got to give yourself some time and you've got to just practice these things. How long will it take for you to learn Java? Well, it completely depends on you. You've got to be able to work at your own pace. When you're comfortable, you'll see results. So absolutely don't compare yourself to anyone. Work at a pace that works for you, and remember to practice. I strongly recommend you follow along in these videos and code with me. This way I feel like it creates a better connection with what you're doing and you might have a better understanding of why you're doing it. I always recommend making your own projects that means something to you as well. So maybe you've learned something cool, maybe try and make your own version of it in your own style. You can tailor it to your interests or create your own little mini projects. And I've already kind of mentioned this, but don't compare with others. Instead of comparing, maybe use others to bring yourself to a better level. So perhaps seek help from them instead. Everyone learns in their own way and they take their own time. So do what works for you, and don't forget that there are so many resources available to you. So this video or this course will just be one of the resources. Absolutely have a look around on YouTube, have a look around on Google. If you're stuck at all, there will be so many resources and people available to help you. So let's actually start right at the start. What is programming? Programming is the process of creating a set of instructions that tell a computer how to perform a task. And it's done in a programming language, which is what we'll be using will be Java. And the idea of a programming language is it's familiar to us humans. So we're writing instructions in a language we understand, which then will get converted to a language that the computer understands, and it will perform the task. So what is Java? Well, as you know, Java is a programming language, and it's one of the most popular programming languages alongside JavaScript, Python. You have C#. So there's loads of languages out there, but Java is definitely one of the more popular ones, and it's used a lot in industry. So Java is a class-based high-level language, and it was designed in 1995, just to give you a little bit of backstory. And it's used by some massive companies such as Google, you've got Amazon and eBay. Java is platform independent. So this is where we say hello to the JVM. Now the JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. The Java Virtual Machine is one of the key bits of Java. This allows Java to be run on any machine in the world. So for example, if you have a Mac or if you have a Windows laptop or a Linux machine, you can still run your Java applications because of the JVM. So as you can see here, it's got the ability to run your Java code completely independently, so it can be used on any platform. The JVM will load, compile and execute the Java byte code. Now we have a diagram to show you kind of how this works. So let's have a look. So you see that red square at the top left is your Java source code. So this is just some Java code that you've written. And what happens is it gets sent to the compiler. Now what the compiler does, it takes your Java code that you've written, because this is a high level language, it's in a way that humans can understand it, the Java compiler will convert the Java code that you've written into Java bytecode. Now the Java bytecode can run on the Java virtual machine. So this is completely running on this virtual machine, if you like. And now Mac OS, the Linux, the Windows are all able to run this app because the virtual machine kind of takes care of all this kind of stuff. So that's what platform independence means. And this is actually a very common interview question where they ask, why is Java platform independent? Well, now you know why. It's because of a JVM. It allows you to run Java on multiple machines. The JDK and JRE, what do they stand for? Well, the JDK is the Java Development Kit, whereas the JRE is the Java Runtime Environment. Now you might have seen, if you have played games or if you're using certain websites that need Java, you might see a pop-up that asks you to update Java, and it happens every so many days. It's quite an often thing. Now this is your JRE because the apps you're running require Java, so they're required to keep updating the JRE. The JDK, on the other hand, is a Java Development Kit. This comes with all the tools of developing and creating Java applications. Now the JDK actually comes with the JRE. And the JRE contains the JVM. So you can kind of see how everything's linking together. Take a look at this diagram. So you can see we have the JVM on the left, which we've just touched on, and we've got the JRE in the middle. As you can see, the JRE contains the libraries that you might need to run your Java application alongside the JVM, whereas the JDK combines everything together along with the development tools to help you make your applications. That's it. That's it for the introduction to Java. Hopefully you have an understanding of what Java is and why it's used, as well as kind of an idea of what programming is. So what we're going to do for the end of this video is we're just going to download Java onto our machines, as well as download intellij IDE. Now here's another term that you've probably not seen before. An IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Now an integrated development environment is a software for building applications that combines common developer tools into a single graphical user interface. What this basically means is this is where we'll be writing our Java applications. And IntelliJ is one of the most commonly used IDEs out there, and it has a bunch of tools to make your development process so easy and easy to understand and pick up, especially from a beginner point of view. So let's get Java installed on our machine as well as IntelliJ. So if you follow the link in the description below, you'll be taken to the Oracle page where you can download Java. Now Oracle are the current owners of Java, and they will be supporting future versions of Java. As you can see here at the top, we've got after September 2022 will be the release of JDK 19. So when you're installing Java into your machine, it's important to know which version of Java you want to download. So you can see here we've got the new Java 18 as well as Java 17. Also, it's important you download the right file. So if you're on a Linux operating system, use the Linux packages, and same for Mac OS and Windows. If you want an older version of Java, if you scroll down on this website, you'll see that we've got some of the legacy versions of Java. So you've got the Java 8 downloads here, and you've also got Java 11. So I'm going to go ahead and download Java 17 onto my Mac. If you're a Mac user, make sure you check what chipset you're running, and if you're unsure for any reason, select the Apple logo on the top left here and go to About This Mac. By clicking About This Mac, you'll see a little brief summary of your MacBook. So you can see here I've got the Apple M1 chip, and that means I need to download the ARM64 version of the download file. If you're using the Intel one, please use the ones below, the x64 versions. So I'm going to go ahead and download Java 17. So I've successfully downloaded JDK 17 for my Mac. I'm now going to click on the installation file to proceed with the installation of Java. Now going to click on the JDK 17.04 package. And now what we're going to do is just follow the installer and follow all the steps that it provides. So let's click on continue. And let's click on install. Yes, you will need to enter your password at this point and click install software. And there you go. Simple as that. We've now got Java installed on our machine. We can close this pop-up. now we've installed Java on our machine, let's download IntelliJ IDEA. Now IntelliJ is an IDE and is where we're going to be doing our Java coding and where we're going to be making our applications. So let's go download IntelliJ. The link is in the description of this video. So I'm going to click on this link over here to take us to the IntelliJ JetBrains website. Now you'll notice that there's two versions. So Community is the free version that we'll be using, and it's great to just get started. Ultimate you'll find will be used by enterprise companies and all that jazz. So similar to the Java installation, make sure you select the right installation file. So again, I'm using an M1 chip, so I'm going to actually select the Apple Silicon option here. If you're on Windows or Linux, make sure you change this tab over here. So I'm going to select the Apple Silicon, and you'll see that the download has started. So my download has completed, so let's click on the file over here, and let's just drag this over to applications. Now I have already got IntelliJ installed, but just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to click replace and enter my password. And there we go. We now have IntelliJ IDEA installed on our machine. So to access it, I'm going to use command space, and I'm going to search IntelliJ. And you'll see here we've got IntelliJ IDEA CE. So let's go ahead and open IntelliJ. So I'm going to click open here, and let's agree the terms and conditions here for IntelliJ and click continue. I'm going to click don't send for data sharing, and here we go. We've now successfully installed Java and successfully installed IntelliJ IDEA. What we can do, just for a quick kind of onboarding, let's select new project here. And here's our Oracle Java version there in the JDK. So I'm going to just call this project first Java application, just like that. And I'm going to leave everything else how it is. But what I'll do actually is select this tick box over here, which is add sample code. Let's have a look here in the advanced settings. Yeah, don't need to worry too much about that for now. So I'm just going to click create. And you'll see here we've got IntelliJ open, and we've got our kind of like starter project over here with some basic code. So technically this would be our first ever Java project. So that's fantastic. We've got our first Java project created and opened. So what I've done is I've just increased the font so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see what's going on. We can see here we've got a public class main file over here, as you can see, and this is part of that. So if you remember, we selected that tick box to add some sample code. This is that sample code, and this is basically the entry point of our application. The main method is the thing that runs first, and you see here that all it does is it prints a message to the console that says hello world. So to run our application, you'll see that we've got several kind of like triangles over here. These are all valid, so you can click this and it will run this application, and you'll see a little window appear at the bottom where it shows your output. You can also see up here we've got a play button or a run button over here, as well as a debug button. Now don't worry too much about the debug, we'll definitely touch on that a little bit later on. It's a very important concept for you guys to know. So let's just run the app and see if it does print hello world. Oh, and there it is, hello world. So there we go, we've got our first Java application. Doesn't do a lot, but let's admit it's pretty great, isn't it? So just to give you a brief kind of tour, so on the left here we've got our project structure. So this source folder is where all our Java code would be. So in here, for example, we could right click and create a new Java class. We can create all different other types of stuff as well, or you can even create a package. A package is just the folder, so we could call this cool stuff, for example, just like that. And you can see here we can create a file directly inside cool stuff. So packages are really interesting and very important when you're structuring your project to have a good kind of folder structure or package structure. In terms of anything else, that's probably all you need to start with. At least we've got our console at the bottom here, which shows the output of your app. You know where you're running stuff from. You've got different options for that as well. There are so many things you can do. You can even go to preferences. So if you wanted to kind of change like your font size like I've done over here. You can even select appearance over here and customize a few things. You can even download plugins, and that's something we'll cover in a separate video, as there's quite a lot of useful plugins. And here you can see there's a marketplace. But yeah, for now, this is great. This is our first ever Java application, so I hope you've got that running okay. If you've had any issues at all, just drop us a message down below. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this video. You should now hopefully have a little bit of an understanding of what programming is, as well as what Java is and how the JVM works. You should also now have the JDK installed on your machine alongside intellij. If you've had any issues installing these softwares on your machine, please leave a message in the comment section below and I'll definitely try to give you a hand. You should now have everything you need to get started with some Java development, and I look forward to releasing some more content where we'll go through all the different parts of Java programming and we'll go through it in detail and we'll take our time with it. Thank you again for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, as well as hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much.